Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm reviewing the Salomon Aero Blaze 3 Gravel. The Aero Blaze 3 Gravel is very much a road to trail running shoe designed for gravel running, but also light trails and road surfaces as well. And what I really like about this one in particular is the fact the midsole is very balanced, meaning it's a very versatile shoe. It's not very cushioned or a max cushion running shoe like the Aero Glide 3 Gravel, for example, but instead it has more response, making it a faster shoe with less cushioning underfoot, but a shoe that you can use in more scenarios. And if you're wondering how this one compares to the non-gravel version, the Salomon Aero Blaze 3, well, you can either watch my Aero Blaze 3 review up there, and I'll be putting all these links in the description as well. But throughout this review, I'll also offer a comparison to that shoe, and at the end of it, hopefully give you an idea of which one's going to be best for you. If you have run in the road version, this gravel version here offers enough off-road capability to make it more versatile and just better for taking on the trails. All right, that's the background. Let's get into the key specifications. They cost $140. I'll let you know at the end of the review if I believe they're worth that price tag. They weigh 8.7 ounces or 247 grams for a size US men's 9. That's my pair. They have a drop of 8 millimeters from heel to toe. The upper is using an engineered mesh with Sensi Fit, so it conforms and wraps to your foot really, really nicely. I'll go over more about that in sizing and fit advice in just a moment. It's also got TPU overlays, something you don't see on the road version. And all that does around the toe box in particular is give you splash protection if you are running through puddles. It also makes it more durable, so if you do kick a rock or a root or anything like that, you're not going to tear the front of the toe box. The midsole is using OptiFoam² foam. It's got a really, really nice balance, like I mentioned before. It's got a good amount of response and a good amount of cushioning. It's not a plush shoe. If you want a more softer protective shoe underfoot, then I highly recommend checking out the Salomon Aero Glide 3 or Aero Glide 3 Gravel. Both have been reviewed on the channel. Again, I'm going to put links up here so you can go check them out, but also in the description, so you can watch them at your own convenience. And it's also got that cambered rocketed geometry, which gives you a nice smooth transition from heel landing to toe takeoff. The foam does also have an incredible amount of pop. That made me laugh because it actually popped a lot more than I was expecting. Flex to foam, it stores the energy in that OptiFoam² and just absolutely flies out of your hand. What that means for you on your run is a nice, responsive, propulsive ride. There's no plate in here, so you're not going to get forward propulsion from a plate. So you are literally relying on the foam to do that for you, and it does it really well. The outsole is using the very durable and sticky rubber compound from Salomon called Gravel Contagrip. The lugs and traction pattern, you can see it's got some nice chevrons actually on the lateral and medial side of the shoe. And it's got some little stubs on the middle section of the forefoot and under the toe. And overall it gives really good traction. Now this is a road to trail running shoe, so it's not designed for all mountain trail running. If that's a shoe that you're after, a more capable trail only shoe, then check out that roundup up there. That'll point you to the best ones for you. This one is more designed for light trail and hard road surfaces. Moving on to the sizing and fit then. And by the way, if you are new to my channel, I always do sizing advice based on US sizing. Yes, I have a British accent. I am from England, but I live in the US, and for many years now I've been going off US sizing. So if you find these shoes don't match up to what I'm saying on sizing, it's probably because you're going by UK sizing or EU sizing. Just look at your shoes when you buy them. Just check the US size, and that'll be much more accurate when you follow my advice on it. So, US size 9 is what I wear, and they are very much true to size. And they have a generously wide toe box. It's very airy. And in general, the shoe does have high volume as well. Now, there's no gusseted tongue on here, but it doesn't move around, and it does provide a really nice, secure, supportive fit. And that's because the tongue is actually very wide, and it wraps around your foot really, really well, giving you good protection and no lace bite. They also have very good heel lock. One note on fit though, which is going to mean they're not going to be for everyone. For those people out there, and I know there are a few who follow this channel, those who have low ankle bones that sit low to the ground, you've probably come across this before on many of the shoes that you buy. And that's because of the shape of your feet. There's nothing wrong with that, they're just different to the average foot. So some shoes do have high collar walls on both sides, the outside and the inside edge. And when they're high and you've got low ankle bones, you're gonna feel this on your ankle, and that's kind of a situation with these ones a little bit. So if that sounds like you may wanna check out some of my other road to trail running shoe recommendations. Just follow that link up there or the one in description. That'll get you hooked up with the best ones for you. If you're enjoying this review so far, which I really hope you are, then make sure you like the video. I really appreciate it when you do that. Also, comment on the video if you've had experience running in these particular shoes, or you're looking to buy them. Let me know why you want to buy them. But if you have had experience, drop that in the comments down below. That's really gonna help my subscribers and future subscribers. It's gonna give them more information. It's gonna help them form a better opinion as to whether these shoes are going to be best for them or not. So really appreciate it when you do that. And of course, subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell for more running shoe reviews just like this one. You made it to my performance review. Congrats, I really appreciate you sticking with me. I'm going to start by talking about the ride, because a lot of the time that's the most important thing with a running shoe. It's how it feels underfoot and how it can actually respond to the type of running you do, and maybe the type of gait you have. The Aero Blaze 3 Gravel is very much like the Aero Blaze 3, the road version. It is incredibly versatile. It's got a really balanced midsole geometry and foam. And what that means is you get a nice balance of response and also cushioning. And of course, you don't have a hugely high stack height like you do have on the Aero Glide 3. And that means you've got better control and a more grounded feel. And overall you get a more stable, predictable and forgiving ride because of it. The OptiFoam² foam in this midsole and the geometry of the midsole, which has a bit of a rocker. It's not the hugest rocker out there by any means, but you do have a nice bit of toe spring, which helps with toe off when you're running. Because your toe's already in that upward position, it doesn't have to flex quite as much. And you just get a really nice soft landing, but not plush, so you don't lose energy. You get that soft landing, you hit the rocker, you flex your foot, you get that pop I mentioned, so the shoe just flies, and then you get a nice toe off from the little toe spring that you've got at the front. So overall, the geometry and the foam work really well together, and you get a nice smooth transition. It's the same for the Aero Glide 3 as well. And for all different versions of both these shoes, you've got for example, you've got the Aero Blaze 3, the Aero Blaze 3 Gravel, which is a road to trail running shoe, and then you've got the Aero Blaze 3 Gravel Gore-Tex, which is basically this shoe, but with an upper that has waterproof protection. So if you're interested in that one, I've put a link to that shoe up here as well and in the description, so you can go check that one out too. We are moving into winter, so you might actually want a waterproof shoe, depending on where you live. Now, what was I talking about? Yes, the flex and the ride. So I'm going to just do a little quick demonstration of flex. I mentioned before, it absolutely pops out of your hand when you flex, but for anyone who's interested in flex points or how it flexes all the way across the shoe. So the main flex point is very much at the forefoot, see, but you do have flex all the way across the shoe. Look at that. Even in a little bit of a toe at the front, there's flex there. So that means you do have more control on the trails, and it should just feel more comfortable because you're not fighting a stiff midsole. You should be able to walk away from a run in a shoe like this and feel like your feet have had a good workout without being overstrained because they're fighting the geometry of the shoe. So the foam itself, when it is compressed in the flex of the shoe, you get an incredible amount of pop, as I just demonstrated. But the foam itself across the shoe doesn't have a huge amount of response. So it's not one of those tempo running shoes. It's not an incredibly fast shoe. It's just more versatile in terms of daily running or being good on mixed surfaces. So don't expect a shoe that's gonna make you run really fast. It's not really for that. It's a daily trainer road to trail running shoe, just for getting easy jogs, maybe 3 to 4 runs on road or trail a week. That's where it performs really well. The traction on the bottom has been really good, and the rubber compound has been holding up really well actually. So it is pretty durable, and I know that because I've reviewed a lot of shoes that use Contagrip. Typically speaking, Contagrip isn't that good on wet, slick surfaces. So just be aware of that. Don't go on slick, wet rocks in this shoe. Don't go on slick, painted surfaces on the roads after it's been raining or whilst it's raining either. Just avoid them, run around them. But this rubber compound is fairly hard. That's why it's not so good on those surfaces. But it's hard, meaning it does last longer, it's more durable. You're not going to leave as much of the compound on the tarmac because of it. So there's pros and cons for sure. The Aero Blaze 3 Gravel also has some TPU overlays around the front, which makes it more durable and water resistant, or has splash protection at the front of the shoe. That's not something you get on the non-gravel version. So anyone who's looking for extra protection, then this shoe obviously has that, and it has more grip. If you are thinking about just having a shoe to be able to do running in the park, light trails, but also road running, you don't want to buy 2 shoes, then this shoe is going to be better for you for sure. But something you need to be aware of is the fact the upper is more protective, but that means it's not as breathable as the road version. So that's okay, because we're going into fall and winter, so you're probably not going to really want quite as breathable shoe, because you might want to keep your feet warmer during these months. So remember, there's pros and cons to all these things. And if you've got a situation, maybe you live somewhere different, maybe you want to run on very particular surfaces, or you've got particular use case for a pair of shoes that you're looking to buy, let me know your situation in the comments, and I'm happy to give you a recommendation based on my knowledge. The insole or insert is a molded ortho-lite insert. Comes out very easily, so if you do have orthopedic insoles, then you can easily put them in. There's lots of volume in this shoe as well, so it's actually really good for that. Now, if you're wondering where the Salomon Aero Blaze 3 Gravel placed on my best road to trail running shoes roundup on alistairrunning.com, well, follow that link up there. It's also in the description. That roundup shares all my favorite road to trail running shoes right now, and it's always kept up to date. So if you are looking for a pair, you're not sure about these, you're shopping around, have a look at that list. That will help you find the best ones for you and your needs. You've made it to my final verdict. Is the Salomon Aero Blaze 3 Gravel worth $140? Yes, it is. And for the reasons I specified in this review, it's incredibly versatile. So for anyone who doesn't want the highly cushioned ride or unstable ride of the Aero Glide 3 Gravel, you want something that's a bit more versatile, a bit more capable on moderate trails, with more control, then this is going to be the better option for you. It is a little bit faster than the Aero Glide 3 as well, because of the tuning of the midsole geometry. You can think of the Aero Glide 3 as the max cushion daily trainer, whether it's for road to trail running or road running. And the Aero Blaze 3 is the more versatile or more traditional daily trainer. That's going to be capable of kind of more types of running, and probably more people are going to enjoy it in general, just because it feels more normal, so to speak. Hope that makes sense. But again, if you've got questions, drop them in the comments. Well, thanks for tuning in once again. Really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a like, and remember to comment whether you want to say hello or comment your thoughts on this shoe. Let's get the conversation going. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell, and I'll see you on the next review. Peace.